Welcome back to Magoo's Reviews. All right, y'all. So here to update y'all on the Drake and the UMG situation. We all know Drake appealed his lawsuit, his stupid lawsuit, but we're here to talk about it. Anyway, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Definitely hit the like button at the bottom. Just past 1,000 subscribers. We want to roll 10,000. We hit 100,000. We're going to be a million. We're claiming it will happen. So definitely hit the like button, y'all. First and foremost, man, I really do appreciate you guys, man. Like I said, I was in a lot of, still am in somewhat pain, man. I had a pretty, not a serious injury, but enough where I'm out of work for a little while. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm here to get my videos out. I'm not one to sit around. I hate being unproductive, man. I got to do something, bro. So I'm so thankful for this channel. I'm so thankful for you guys. Anyway, y'all, we're here to talk about Drake's UMG case. I thought it was stupid from the get-go. I still think it's stupid. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen after a battle. I don't care what no one says. But anyway, man, we're here to talk about it. Now, this comes from hiphopwire.com. And it says UMG basically calls Drake a sore loser in his response to his appeal. Which I agree. He is a sore loser because I said it before and time again. If Drake would have won that battle, we would not be where we are. But anyway, getting right into it, says Drake's lawsuit over Not Like Us was dismissed. UMG argues it attempted to undermine hip-hop's creative expression. Exactly. Drake claimed the lyrics defamed him, but court ruled the heated rap battle context precluded belief in factual claims. Now, we're going to start right there. I think this is this does go to the whole stand culture, you know what I'm saying? Especially on the OVO side, if I'm being honest, that the fact that, oh, you got to prove it, bro, this is a rap battle. This is a rap battle. There's been plenty of battles in the past where things have been said that haven't been factual, but at the end of the day, it's again the oohs and the ahs from the crowd, you know what I mean? And I just think that, yeah, that definitely is coming from that side of like, oh yeah, we'll prove it. It's like, what is there to prove? I mean, there is some weird stuff with Drake getting on stage with a little 17-year-old girl coming on stage. So to me, where there's smoke, there's fire. But allegedly. But anyway, going on to it, says UMG says Drake's appeal is an affront to all artists and the lawsuit never should have seen the light of day, which I completely agree. Anyway, get into the article, y'all. It says UMG wants to ensure Drake's lawsuit over Kendrick Lamar's hit diss record Not Like Us does not get a second life. I agree. It should have had a first life. In a new brief, UMG is basically calling Drake a sore loser, arguing that the appeal of his lawsuit's 2025 dismissal is attempting to critically undermine hip-hop because he took a massive L during the battle. And that's completely true. That's completely true. Like I said, man, if he would have won, we never would have been here because when he beat Meek Mills, he went on a victory lap. And, hey, to the victor goes the spoils, you know what I'm saying? He went to Philly and performed back-to-back, you know what I'm saying? To Meek's hometown crowd, like, you know, how Kendrick did in Canada. But anyway, continue on. It says, in the original lawsuit, Drake claimed that the song was defamatory and that UMG knowingly pushed the record despite knowing its lyrics weren't true because UMG believed the song was a gold mine. Now, going to that, despite knowing its lyrics weren't true. Now, in Family Matters, Drake made a whole lot of allegations as well, talking about Kendrick's children aren't his, they're Dave Freeze. Also saying that Kendrick beats on his woman and stuff like that. So isn't that the lyrics right there possibly couldn't be true? You know what I mean? But, you know, you're so upset and want this push, but now looking at yourself, man, I can't rock with Drake, bro. If they're Drake fans in the comments, hey, look, go ahead and click off the video, bro. Because, look, I'm going to be dead honest with y'all. It says, in a new brief filed on Friday, March 27th, UMG argued that Drake's appeal shouldn't succeed because it seeks to strip words from their context. Drake, they continue, claims that the lyrics of Not Like Us are defamatory because anyone, anywhere, might treat them as factual. Jeez, bro. That is not the law, in Drake's view, would critically undermine a highly creative art form built on exaggeration, insult, and wordplay. Exactly, man. I love battle rap. Big fan of battle rap, and that's what battle rap is at the end of the day, man. If you want to engage in a battle and go with somebody who, I don't know, who's better than you, especially lyrically, you know what I'm saying? Hey, those are the roadblocks you're going to run into, homie. I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes we get too high on our britches and we gotta get knocked down. Just be humble. You know, he definitely was humble. Universal clowning Drake comes a few months after he filed his appeal, after his lawsuit was effectively tossed in the recycle bin. Goes on to say, Drake's lawyers argue that Not Like Us paints a false picture of the rapper. In the appeal, the Take Care crafters' lawyers wrote millions of people understood Not Like Us to convey factual information, causing countless individuals around the globe to believe that Drake was a PDF file. They also argue that it would set an unprecedented and dangerous precedent that rap lyrics can't be considered defamatory. It is hard to imagine a statement more damaging to one's reputation and safety than being labeled a certified PDF file, that which elects intense vitriol and can spur violent retaliation. Drake's attorney wrote in his appeal, the court rules brushes aside to risk of concentrate uh, reputational harms that can and here did spill over into violence, right? Goes on to say Drake's lawsuit was dismissed by Judge Jeanette Vargas last October, which is hilarious if you think about the importance of the month of the Canadian music, because you know Drake, Canadian musician, because Drake's birthday is in October. I want to say he has the OVO Fest in October as well. So, yeah, man, he definitely was hurting at that point. But I'm also one to believe that if Drake would have won the lawsuit, I think Iceman would have been out by now. I think Iceman was scheduled to drop around October, November, especially during the winter time and everything like that, late fall during the winter, and he would have held like, you know, oh, I won. This is, they didn't prove anything. But dude's a clown, bro. But anyway, man, that's just me, dog. That's just me. That's my personal opinion. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? Goes on to say, in her ruling, she wrote the artist's 7-track rap battle is a war of words that was the subject of substantial media scrutiny and online discourse. Although the accusation of plaintiff is a PDF file, is certainly a serious one. The broader context of a heated rap battle with incendiary language and offensive accusations hurled by both participants would not incline the reasonable listener to believe that Not Like Us imparts variable facts about the plaintiff. Exactly. Going back to my statement of the sense of, hey, man, you said some defamatory things as well, but at the same time, you don't want the judge and the courts to look at that. You just want them to look at his side. Completely be made, man. Completely be made. Y'all know what I mean. You know, I'm paraphrasing, but you know what I mean. It says UMG said of the ruling at the time, from the outset, this suit was an effort to all artists and their creative expression and never should have seen the light of day. We're pleased with the court's dismissal and look forward to continuing our work successfully promoting Drake's music and investing in his career. Honestly, we think Drake needs to take this L and move on. End of the article, and I completely agree. The reason why this is continued on is because this is where we are. I know Jay-Z and other people saying that, oh man, they didn't like how the whole stand culture is, and yes, stand culture is on every side. Every musician, every base, they have their own stands. That's anything from sports to music to anything. You know what I mean? But yes, this would have been completely over with if he would have took his L like a man and moved on. You know what I mean? It's irritating because it just goes to show who he truly is and his character. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can take the W's, you can take all the victories and all that kind of stuff, but when you take an L like this, now you want to sue, you want to throw a lawsuit, like the whole Pusha T situation. When that happened, they said Pusha T had a hard time because he was doing a lot of things behind the scenes to block it. No, allegedly, man. So that's just where we are with this thing. I'm glad UMG is and like I said, UMG is, the corporate side and everything like that, and I got no ties to the industry at all, but I know that as far as this goes, I can respect them at least like stand up like, nah, man, this is a battle, this is hip hop. They engaged in it, you know what I'm saying? On top of that, man, you told him to call you a PDF. You said use a PDF allegation. You said it in Taylor Made Freestyle. So when he uses the angle against you and you get upset about it and want to file, man, it just clown, bro. Anyway, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see y'all soon. Have a good one.